There we are. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome. It is Thursday. Tomorrow is pitch day. Not only is it pitch day, but it's the launch of 2 Minute Drill on Bloomberg TV. Monday's launch of Amazon is on Monday now. So check us out, 2 Minute Drill. But our pitch training will be on Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. What to pitch, how to pitch, who to pitch. Anything you have, Q&A about pitching, we got to make sure that we know how to stimulate interest, transition it, and share a vision. Got the questions coming in already. That is awesome. Looking forward to an amazing, amazing day. Did you have any pets growing up? I only had one pet growing up, maybe besides a goldfish that I won at the Del Mar Fair. I had a baby duck when I was a little boy before my dad left, and it fell into its water and froze to death. But no pets until I got older, and now I'm a huge miniature dachshund fan. Good questions. They're pouring in. Thank you, Justin. I only see the past. Lesson number 7 of A Course in Miracles. How do I use that knowledge to identify the present quicker? Well, what you see in your eyesight is the present, but the meaning that you give it is based on the past. So therefore you only see the past. So, to stay present, refocusing is a great technique. Intuition is a great technique. Meditation is a great technique. But understanding that you have the power to give meaning to everything you see according to your past, which is your knowledge, right? Your knowledge is acquired through you and the past, present, and future. So that's a good question. But realize that you are basing your experience of something in the present off of what you've learned. And so, Philip, I'll be with you in a minute, my friend. Hang in there. We see you there. Challenge mode at Challenger mode. Thank you. Take a few questions here. What are you most excited about for 2 Minute Drill? For people to share the knowledge. There's so many great lessons. It's super entertaining. It's fun. It's nice to give the $50,000 of cash and prizes to everyone every episode. And also to give the exposure to these great judges and pitches that we have. Gemma, I see you there as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please check it out. Here we go. Do you ever do journaling? Yeah, of course. Do journaling. I utilize my process and practice of being a student in my calendar to journal, because I journal by activity that I have planned, activity I don't have planned, and of course my sleep. My tomorrow starts today, 9 p.m. It'll start today, the day of the pitches, Friday. I don't know where Team David Meltzer is, but Jakey Bakey, if you could pin up there, david@dmeltzer.com, or of course, 949-298-2905. If you want my books, my pitch guide, my ego guide, any type of exercise, just email me, david@dmeltzer.com, dmeltzer.com/pitch to try out for the show. Season 2 has been approved, coming out in June. Time to try out is now. Here we go. Team David Meltzer woke up. There we are. Thank you, Jake, for coming in there as well. Here we go. Anything exciting you are looking forward to in 2021? I'm looking forward to 2 Minute Drill. I'm looking forward to office hours. I'm looking forward to empowering over 1 billion people to be happy, building up this collective consciousness based off of gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and inspiration. Let's keep that in mind with all the present things going on in the world, that we need to be grateful of each other, forgiving of each other, accountable to and through each other, and inspired by each other. One branch should not go to war against another branch. It will kill the tree. We need to be gracious, forgiving, accountable, and inspired by each other. Awesome. All right, let's bring on my friend here. Where did you go? Philip, where are you, my friend? I'm looking for you. Here we are. There's no request from you, but I got to find you in here. You were here. Thank you for your patience. I'm going backtracking to find the Challenger mode. Is there a different Philip, if you can go ahead and request me. There's so many people in here. I cannot find you. So can you give me a request real quick? And I will let you join. It would be great. Anyone? Help me out, Jake. So, nope, still not there. All right. I'm looking for Challenger Mode, at Challenger Mode. Put your request in. Unless it's Sports Mode 722. Is that the same thing? Help me out, Jake. There it is. Request it again. There you are. Thank you, my friend. Awesome. Right on time. Beautiful. Philip Hubner. He is the Chief Development Officer of Challenger Mode. How are you, Philip?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Welcome. What a
Thank
great
you.
day. Turn up my volume so I can hear you a little bit better. Anyway, I really wanted to get more knowledge about your platform. Obviously, I do a lot within the context of esports, and the Challenger Mode seems to be a great platform, and you've worked on in a variety of positions building this up. And so love to hear kind of what you've done that's different today than other people are doing.
Yeah, so to give you a quick 20, 30-second breakdown of myself, right?
Yeah.
I personally have been in the industry for around 10 years or so, right? So I've worked with ESL and Twitch in the past, done a lot of stuff there, and I've taken a lot of the learnings from working with those companies and basically working with a lot of the esports teams and organizations across the world into building something that basically empowers everybody in the world to become an esports and a tournament organizer and operator from their bedrooms, right? So we've kind of taken to heart this message of again, I come from a past of working at Twitch, right? Which means it was all about making broadcasting possible from bedrooms, right? And we've taken that to heart as well, and we're saying, okay, we want somebody from their bedroom to be able to host a tournament for 50,000 people without any staff, without any effort, right? So that we can empower anybody to really do that. And our hope from that is essentially to empower amateurs, to empower scholastic and collegiate leagues, to empower all these different smaller amateur players across the world to easily host tournaments and leagues and so on.
And can, ESL or NACL, the David Chens of the world utilize your platform as well?
Absolutely. So the way that the platform works today is that it's completely free to use, right? So anybody can go, even to just host a tournament with your friends, you can create a space on Challenger Mode, which is sort of like a white label. It's kind of like a Twitch channel, but it's your own space within our platform, and then you can brand that space and you can run tournaments from within that using our tech. And we when I talk about empowerment, we work with a lot of game developers and publishers directly to kind of automate the experience of hosting and playing in a competition. So it's as easy as pressing 2 or 3 buttons and you're playing a competition and all your scores are reported automatically and so on.
Oh, that's awesome. And then, through the development of it, how long did it take you to get to market with Challenger Mode?
Essentially it was kind of a slow rollout. So I didn't join until around 2 years into the project. And when I had joined, the team had just started opening up the platform to the rest of Europe. So essentially, the platform was launched in 2014, or was started in 2014. It was launched for Sweden only in 2015. When I joined then for 2016, it was already open to the Nordics and most of Europe. And then when I really started kicking off and started bringing partners on board, we were open for all of Europe. And this year, 2021, is our year where we're sort of expanding into North America and South America and focusing a little more outside of the European market.
It's incredible. You've been in the industry for 10 years. Obviously, it's experienced exponential growth, but yet I still think it's very early and that the growth will continue beyond what most people can even imagine. What's your perspective of the growth of the space, and considering the viral nature of being able to create your own tournaments with 50 to 100,000 people, from your dorm room, basically,
Yeah.
where and how, do you see the scope, scale, and size of the opportunity within the context of esports?
Yeah, so I completely agree with you, right? It's definitely still really, really early days, and not just from a size perspective, but also from a monetary perspective, right? I think there's a lot of naivete out there right now about sort of how much money is being made, and it isn't as much as people are thinking, right? So the good news about that is that there's so much still to be figured out, right? So much monetization still to be unlocked in this industry. But then obviously, looking at, I'm from Europe, I'm German, and if you look at football, right, not American football,
Yeah,
soccer,
football.
right, um, the way that that's set up in Germany, right, is that you have all of these leagues and all of these operations, right? You have teams for every single little town, every single little village that are competing in their own leagues, right? And this is not happening in esports yet at all, even though it's so much easier for something like that to be happening, right? And that's kind of part of what we want to unlock is we want to make it super easy and super cheap to create leagues at these local levels. And once we get to the level that we've kind of unlocked that, right? That anybody, any little town has their own esports team and their own esports tournaments cheaply, cost effectively, and they can host that, right? Then we're at a stage where we have so many more potential pro players that are being trained, so many more people that will learn about the industry and about the games and so on.
And what makes it interesting is the multi-variables involved in the disparate nature of the games themselves, because not only do you have a variety of different levels, a variety of different locations and regions, but then you have a variety of different games, and they have their own life cycles and their own following and their own communities as well. So to put from a traditional sports person who ran a notable sports agency for years and years and a marketing company, the problems that I've seen worldwide that have occurred in, sports like rugby, for example, in lacrosse, that, rugby especially because worldwide it's such a popular sport, is that it's always been disparate in nature. And one of the things that I see as a hurdle for the esport industry that Challenger Mode addresses is I think it opens up the ability to aggregate the community better, regardless of what game's being played or what region or area they're in.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean the sort of the digital nature of it all, right? It's something that I'm so super excited about, and it's also something that obviously you're very familiar with this, given your work with the Call of Duty League and so forth. Is sort of I I'm not sure, and at the same time, a big believer in this locality of things, right? It's like we shouldn't have to bind things to a city model, but at the same time, it's really exciting that we still can, while being even more exciting that we don't have to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think pandemic has helped with that because
Mm.
when we were going to arenas and filling them up to watch the League of Legends Championship or Dota or Call of Duty, and obviously I'm heavily involved with Overactive Media and the Toronto franchise that we have.
Mm.
The ubiquity now of not being able to fill up stadiums and arenas, I think, has lessened the necessity for locality. But we have
Mm.
to have some sort of I think emotional attachment to the team. So we have to figure out, where's that emotional attachment? Is it going to be our city, our state, our age, our college? What is that going to be? Just to finish up real quick, what to give people an idea, because believe it or not, and you and I both know this, half the people watching this won't even know what esports are still. That's how early this is. But
Mm.
give them a little size, scope, and scale of how many participants you already have at Challenger Mode.
Yeah, so just within Europe, we have around 1 million people or so, plus minus, that play tournaments on a sort of monthly basis, right? So it's there's tens of thousands of people just on our platform alone that play every single day
Yeah,
in a multitude of tournaments across a multitude of games, and this is primarily in the games at the moment, again, that are popular in Europe, right? Like Counter-Strike and League of Legends.
absolutely. And people can reach out at Challenger Mode. Is there anyone else they should reach out to start their own leagues?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, Philip. We look forward to having you back on. Keep up the great work. We'll talk in a few and watch how things have doubled so quickly. So I'm sure you'll be very successful. And I want to hook you up with David Chen from the NACL if you haven't talked to him already. They're doing
Absolutely.
stuff worldwide in China and in Asia as well. So perfect.
Please do.
Th-
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
me.
Take care. Great job. There it is. That's the future. That's one thing that I'm betting on is esports, and I have invested in the Queens Collective, Overactive Media, and see the future of sports in a virtual world of these great games and creating. And my favorite part about esports, why I got involved, is the equality, right? There is no size, scale, shape, color, doesn't matter where economic, you are there competing on a completely level playing field, and you could take on whatever type of nuance you want for yourself at Challenger Mode. Check it out. All right, we will jump right in. I have my friend Deborah here, and she's coming in with a quick question. Integrative eating, where are you? We'll see here. Go ahead and give me a send out here. Thank you so much. I will look for here. Let me get a quick question in while we're waiting to join. What is your why? My why is my what. I take inventory of my values every day. As long as I know what I want personally, experientially, giving wise, and receiving wise, my why will follow. And I'm not afraid of being a hypocrite every single day, changing non-negotiables, changing my what, or angling my what, but always having faith that I'm going to end up somewhere better than I could even imagine. That I don't know what I don't know. There's Deborah right here. See how coordinated she is? That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Here we go. Deborah Keston, Integrative Eating. Hi, Deborah. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing wonderfully. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you virtually. I get to meet so many wonderful people that I never would meet, all because of this great platform. And just wanted to, get more of a big problem I have. I am an overeater, and it stems, I think, emotionally for two reasons. One, I grew up super poor, so I would hurry and eat the goods. My mom's an incredible cook, but I would eat the stuff that I like the best very quickly, and my mind would not catch up to my stomach, I gather. And then just the energy of not having enough and having a primal fear, a Freudian fear of feeding myself. So always been an overeater. It's probably, I eat pretty healthy, but I'm an overeater. And, you have created an integrative eating program to help people like me. What is the most common reason people overeat?
Well, we have identified 7 in the world of science, statistically significant, real reasons people overeat and gain weight. And we call them the overeating styles. The one you just mentioned is emotional eating, stress eating. Gee, is that familiar to anybody? It's how we've learned to eat, Dave. It's not what and how we ate for thousands of years before nutritional science. So one of the overeating styles is emotional eating, stress eating, turning to comfort food to self-soothe, to calm down and relax. And it works because it releases when you eat a lot of, you turn to the carrot cake instead of the carrot because lots of sugar and high-fat foods and sweets and white flour, excuse me, all of that works together to release natural hormones, one of which is serotonin, which calms and relaxes you. So it works. But there's a downside, because after you get the relaxation from it, your body is taking nutrients and vitamins and minerals from your cells when you eat lots of high carb, high sugar foods, because it's just calories. There's no vitamins and minerals in sugar. And so you get malnourished. And when you don't have all the vitamins and minerals your mind body needs, you're more prone to be depressed and anxious. So it's this whole cycle. It works, but then you get this nutrient crash. So what can I help you with in terms of an answer to helping with overeating is my question for you.
Sure. Well, for me, I think habits are so important. We've, are faced with a challenge in America, especially, that our food had gone from being medicinal, as you just suggested, into diseasanal. They're harmful to us. The most common foods that are available and affordable aren't good for us. But I find, like anything, the hardest part about what we do is to stay disciplined every day. And, what can we do? And I was wondering from you is to stay disciplined and consistent in, number one, eating the right things, but two, not overeating even the right things. Because I think, I was saying yesterday, I was blessed to meet with the Surgeon General, and obesity is one of the top three health concerns in America. Smoking, obesity, and skincare were the three things that he suggested to me were the greatest concerns of our health in America. And obviously obesity is reliant upon overeating and eating the wrong things. So how can I help people, empower them with more consistent behavior and discipline to get out of the seven reasons people overeat?
Great question. Thank you. My mission as a holistic nutrition researcher is to help people overcome overeating and being overweight, and to do it in a fun way, to turn all this stress we have about overeating and food and what to eat and how much to eat and the best diet and all this, to turn this into whole person integrative eating, which is a pleasurable, positive, nourishing way of eating for life. And I call it a dietary lifestyle, not a diet, something regimented and restricted we go on. 2,500 years ago, Hippocrates, godfather of medicine, called the word diet a diet, but it meant dietary lifestyle, a way of eating, a way of living. We now call this lifestyle or lifestyle medicine. Whole person integrative eating is a dietary lifestyle, something you do every day and get better and better at. Like yoga, it's a lifetime practice. That's answer number one. Answer number two, in terms of what to eat, is to eat fresh food, whole food, and also inverse eating, meaning mostly plant-based foods with lesser amounts of dairy, fish, meat, poultry as your most of the time way of eating. I worked as the nutritionist with a physician named Dean Ornish, who showed you can reverse heart disease with lifestyle changes alone. And in his program, it was a no-fat added plant-based diet, because people with heart disease have problems metabolizing fat and cholesterol in food. Goes straight to their arteries. Also, stress management, yoga and meditation in Dr. Ornish's case, and exercise and social support. And what I know from working on Dr. Ornish's lifestyle reversal program is that the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the phytochemicals, the antioxidants, the fiber in fruits and veggies and whole grains and beans and peas and nuts and seeds are what is going to heal you and help you lose weight. And heal, I mean balance the mind and emotions and also your physical health.
Amen.
And I'm not anti-meat,
Yeah.
but I am suggesting lesser amounts of it. The Mediterranean diet just came in as the number one model follow. Most Americans interpret the Mediterranean diet as red wine and dipping some white bread, delicious white bread, into olive oil at an upscale restaurant. The reality is, if you take the Greek Mediterranean diet, for example, they eat fresh food, whole food, and inversely, meaning they have meat maybe 2-3 times a month. And what they're having every day are fruits and veggies and whole grains, such as bulgur, lentils, beans and peas, and nuts and seeds, with small amounts of fish and chicken, and also feta cheese and yogurt, that delicious Greek yogurt. But the baseline are those plant-based foods. The inverse eating, most Americans are having mostly dairy, fish, meat, poultry, and their veggie or French fries and ketchup. So this is a big challenge to flip your way of eating, and that's what's recommended by any health professional who is not selling something magic for you.
Yeah, I love that. We need a lifestyle, not magic, something you can do every day for the rest of your life, like meditation and yoga, which has changed my life as well. Just real quickly, because you mentioned something that I'm curious about because of the pandemic, especially, is social support you mentioned. And a lot of people don't talk about social support, and a lot of people are having difficulty today because they're removed from their social support. What types of strategies or things do you suggest for people during the pandemic to achieve the social support that's necessary for the mind, body, and soul lifestyle that you suggest?
A really, really good question. One of the of the 7 overeating styles, along with what I call fast foodism, which we just talked about, the overeating style that you're referring to is what I call solo dining, eating alone more often than not. Again, this isn't a regimented, restricted, do this. I don't use the word should. So how do you do the antidote, the integrative eating antidote of eating with others more often than not, especially during lockdown and the shelter in place world that we're all living in? And that is to figure out a way, and first you have to decide if you want to. If you want to start connecting with people, find people and think about people you like and really enjoy being with, and connect with them, and consider, one, creating a cooking club. And maybe once a week, you guys, with your computer on and Zoom, you all do your thing and cook and sit down and eat together. Another option is to, again, decide people you like and have food dates with people when you're having breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And if you want to take a coffee break, a smoothie break, whatever your way of eating is, fresh and whole, get online with somebody you like and have some tea and just stop the work and the busyness and the stress. And another option is, if you're by yourself, think about memorable, positive meals that you've had with people you enjoy, and fill yourself up with a wonderful meal memory while you're eating. And another option is to dine with your pet if you have a pet. When your pet is eating, chow down with your pet.
Great
But
pieces.
you want to connect. You want to connect with others.
Yeah, well, I wrote a whole book about that called Connected to Goodness. So I definitely agree with that. Absolutely. And one good thing about remembering the memorable good meals, the emotional meals, is that you can remember anything and it's going to be healthy for you. So you're better off just remembering all the fast food and sweets and everything that you've had. And then go ahead and eat those carrots, nuts, seeds, and berries that you suggest. So I love that. I am now, in my mind, I'm going through McDonald's drive-through and getting my quarter pounder French fry from now on. It'll be a healthier,
Enjoy.
happier.
I got to tell you this. Your consciousness, your thoughts, your emotions when you're eating, whether it's a cookie or a carrot, affects the way the food is metabolized. So if you're doing McDonald's and you're doing your carrot cake and you're doing whatever, your donut, enjoy it.
You're right. Don't feel
Enjoy
guilty.
it.
I love you. Your perspective and attitude is so perfect. And I hope all others are listening and learning from you. Please join me again. I think it's so crucial, the advice that you have and knowledge that you've gained. I appreciate you so much. We're going to save lives together. And, you know, my mission in life is to empower people to be happy. And we can do that through what we eat and make it medicinal again to heal.
Yes.
And thank you for healing so many and empowering so many. I'll have you back for sure.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dave.
Perfect. We'll join you at Integrative Eating and integrativeeating.com. Check out Deborah Keston. Thank you so much. Come back and visit me with more great advice.
My pleasure. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Take care. All right, everybody, we want to eat. Go ahead. You can ring me, Justin, Jake. You guys, I'd be happy to have a meal with you. Probably safer virtually since I have difficulty eating slowly and keeping my mouth closed. I'll spit it. The other day I was on a playbook with Hall of Fame safety and Brian Dawkins, and all of a sudden the video went blurry. I couldn't understand it. It's because I spit on my screen and it went right into the camera. It was awesome. Integrativeeating.com. Thank you, Jake. At Integrative Eating, Deborah Keston. What a great guest. Did you notice and feel the energy that she has? Did you notice the perspective that she shared? It was non-judgmental, non-conditional, totally empowering. This is what we need: the gratitude, forgiveness, and accountability. Make your food medicinal. Have those imaginatory meals. I think was a great thing that I took out of it. Social support is necessary. Discipline, consistent, persistent behavior. All of it there for you. Let's take a couple questions. Remember, everyone, training is tomorrow, as always, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. The playbook is available. All the replays of all the trainings are on there, from the pitch competition, sales advice, scaling a business, ego advice, all the different trainings I do. I'm even going to do mama issue training soon. But this week is on pitch, what to include in your pitch, how to pitch, what and how to find the best people to pitch, everything about the pitch. Why? Because I'm launching 2-Minute Drill on Bloomberg TV tomorrow, 8:30 Pacific time. Check it out. Tomorrow, Amazon, it releases on Monday. So check it out. We'll have season 1 series, episode number 1. There's 12 episodes, $50,000 of cash and prizes on every episode. Come join me. Try out for season 2. That's right below, david@dmeltzer.com, or join my text community, 949-298-2905. Let's take a question here. Looking forward. What keeps you motivated when you're feeling lost? Well, first of all, everyone's going to feel lost. Everyone's going to get into that ego-based consciousness, that emotional consciousness of, you know, the need to be right, offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, all these different things. Oh, I got a note there. Alan Smolinski, the co-owner of Los Angeles Dodgers, is on the playbook today. If you're a Dodger fan or you hate the Dodgers like me, Alan was incredible. That's all I got to say. What a great entrepreneur, and living a dream of so many entrepreneurs like Gary Vee, myself. Not everybody can be Mr. Ross, but I'd love to own a team someday, or a part of a team like Alan's been able to do. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. In that emotional side, we want to spend minutes and moments in what we're doing, fear-based emotion that will keep us from feeling lost all the time. Minutes and moments feeling lost. Decrease, diminish, and dissolve the amount of time that you feel lost by practicing ending what it is that you feel, and then understanding that we go to a higher frequency of center, that plateau and grow frequency of neutrality, to learn and to feel good so we can move in the right direction. You don't resist it. You don't overcome it, oversell it, undercome it, undersell it, or go around it, manipulate it. Just the key is to get into neutral, to find your peace, and to roll in the right direction. Great combination there. Just to want to appreciate, I asked, and now 2 universities want me to speak about procrastination. Got to ask. I'm telling you, ask and attract. You're there. You can do it. How to convert your dream into why. Well, here's how. There's a 3-step process in my book, which I will send you for free, Connected to Goodness. I mentioned it to Deborah as well. All you got to do is email me. I'll sign it, send it to you, pay for shipping. But you need to, 1, think about your what. The minute you think about your what, it's a possibility. That's a mathematical advantage over nothing. If you become inspired in spirit, your possibility becomes a probability. Another mathematical advantage of what? And if you have the correct discipline, strategy, and awareness, you could take that probability and make it your perspective, since we give meaning to everything we see. As Justin asked earlier about, everything's based off of the past, and we give that meaning. So in other words, if you think about what you want, it's a possibility. Why you want it and get inspired, it's a probability. And if you pragmatically can materialize it through strategy, discipline, and awareness, your probability becomes your perspective, and your perspective is your reality. How do you manifest things? How do you materialize things? Possibilities, probabilities, and perspective. You need to know your what. You need to take inventory of your values, ask and attract. You need to be a student, pay attention to and give intention to the things you want, the coincidences that will occur, the mathematical equation of life. You got to do things now, stay present, knowing that what you see in the present is based off of what you know from the past. And then finally, practice ending fear, spending minutes and moments in what we do. What a great summary of today's IG Live. I want to thank Philip. I want to thank Deborah. What great diverse interests we have, both providing great value to everyone. Please, tomorrow, join me for free. Training is tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific. It's a pitch competition. And check out, DVR it, check it out on Amazon. 2-minute drill, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time on Bloomberg TV tomorrow. I am so excited. It's the first show I've done by myself. I've been involved in so many different movies and TV shows and never pulled it off by myself. When I say by myself, it was with my team, but I executive produced it, and appreciate, by the way, all my team. Thank you. Anyway, I'm super excited. That's what blown away. Thank you, everyone. Join me tomorrow. Text me 949-298-2905. If you want my exercises, guides, books for free, david@dmeltzer.com. Check out today the co-owner of the Dodgers on the playbook. Give me a like, share it with people. It's on and featured on Spotify, Entrepreneur, every platform. Most importantly, everyone, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. We'll see you tomorrow. Great day. Exciting. Bye-bye.